Reading from the Holy Bible, New American Bible, Deuteronomy, chapter 14. Improper mourning rites. You are children of the Lord, your God. You shall not gash yourselves, nor shave the hair above your foreheads for the dead. For you are a people holy to the Lord, your God. The Lord your God has chosen you from all the peoples on the face of the earth to be a people specially his own. Clean and unclean animals. You shall not eat any abominable thing. These are the animals you may eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the deer, the gazelle, the roebuck, the wild goat, the ibex, the antelope, and the mountain sheep. Any among the animals that has divided hooves, with the foot cloven in two, and that chews the cud, you may eat. But you shall not eat any of the following that chew the cud, or have cloven hooves: the camel, the hare, the rock badger, which indeed chew the cud, but do not have divided hooves. They are unclean for you. And the pig, which indeed has divided hooves, with cloven foot, but does not chew the cud, is unclean for you. Their flesh you shall not eat, and their dead bodies you shall not touch. These you may eat of all that live in the water. Whatever has both fins and scales you may eat, but all those that lack either fins or scales you shall not eat. They are unclean for you. You may eat all clean birds, but you shall not eat any of the following: the griffin, vulture, the bearded vulture, the black vulture, the various kites and falcons, all kinds of crows, the eagle owl, the kestrel, the long-eared owl, all species of hawks, the little owl, the screech owl, the barn owl, the horned owl, the osprey, the cormorant, the stork, and any kind of heron, the hoopoe, and the bat. And winged insects are also unclean for you, and shall not be eaten. Any clean winged creatures you may eat. You shall not eat the carcass of any animal that has died of itself, but you may give it to a resident alien within your gates to eat, or you may sell it to a foreigner, for you are a people holy to the Lord your God. You shall not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. Tithes. Each year you shall tithe all the produce of your seed that grows in the field. Then in the place which the Lord your God chooses as the dwelling place of his name, you shall eat in his presence the tithe of your grain, wine and oil, as well as the firstlings of your herds and flocks, that you may learn always to fear the Lord your God. But if, when the Lord your God blesses you, the journey is too much for you, and you are not able to bring your tithe, because the place which the Lord your God chooses to put his name is too far for you, you may exchange the tithe for money, and with the money securely in hand, go to the place which the Lord your God chooses. You may then exchange the money for whatever you desire, oxen or sheep, wine or beer, or any else you want, and there in the presence of the Lord your God you shall consume it and rejoice, your God and your household together. But do not neglect the Levite within your gates, for he has no hereditary portion with you. At the end of every 3rd year, you shall bring out all the tithes of your produce for that year and deposit them within your own communities, that the Levite who has no ident alien and also the resident alien, the orphan, and the widow within your gates may come and eat and be satisfied, so that the Lord your God may bless you in all that you undertake. Chapter 14 has notes, I think, pertaining to verses 12 through 18. The identification of several of the birds in these verses is uncertain. All right, verses 19 through 20 suggests that the unclean winged insects are those that walk on the ground. The clean winged creatures are those that leap on the ground, such as certain species of locusts. Again, chapter 14, verse 21, boil a young goat in its mother's milk. The meaning of this regulation is obscure, but it may have a humane concern similar to the prohibitions among slaughtering an animal and its young on the same day. Leviticus 22:27 through 28, and capturing a mother bird along with her fledgling or eggs. Deuteronomy 22:6 through 7. See the note on Exodus 23:19. And that concludes the reading of chapter 14 of Deuteronomy, as well as its notes. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.